Today's sponsor is Mophie, and Mophie loves you. To find out more, go to Mophie.com. That's Mophie.com.
Joining me today on the Culture Catch, artist Kal Spelletich from San Francisco.
Kal Spelletich builds dreamlike machines, salvaged from the junk of our past. In a warehouse near the port of San Francisco, he creates interactive sculptures that stimulate our most primitive survival emotions.
Born and raised in Davenport, Iowa?
Get out.
Godforsaken place.
I don't know anyone from Davenport,
You don't.
Iowa. You're the first guy I know.
But I was voted one of the worst cities in America a few years back.
I thought Akron was. That's where I'm from.
So I'm sure we're neck and neck. And interesting thing, you grow up in a really bland, boring place, and you learn to entertain yourself at a very, very young age. Art was not in my vocabulary till I was 20.
Really?
Really.
Did you have like hard working class, middle class parents?
Yeah, my father owned a construction company. Yeah.
So you're gonna, when you get older, you're gonna either work for dad's company or
exactly.
you
he's
become
like,
a lawyer or something to help the company.
You want the nice truck and the Lincoln Continental, and you can come work for the
firm, man.
Firm here, yeah. And for a while, I worked in a factory building combines and John Deere.
Right.
And.
But the rebels, the artist spirit, it was being
I ran away from home when I was 15, and
Really?
The journey really began then, and I'm 46, and here I am, here, right now. One reason I try to bring up where I'm from, because it's not hopeless that you're not from LA or New York or San Francisco or Chicago. That I think a lot of the really interesting stuff comes from the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And those are the kind of do-it-yourself people that are really like a foundation of American culture. I live on the edge of town. I need cement floors, I need tall ceilings, and I need doors. The hardware that I use, this stuff, a lot of it's dumpster dived, almost all of it is secondhand. People are forever asking me how I did this or how do I do that, and I don't think that's the point. If I can inspire people to go on their journey, then it's successful work, I think.
Right.
And you're succeeding on a level to get people to realize they have power, and then to have a voice, and then to join society.
Right.
And it's really one of the best things art has given me, a voice. And this really kind of horror movie real world out there, when I listen to the news, it's just like, it's Orwellian to me. Yes is no, and up is down, and left is right to these people, at least in my worldview. Right. But I can go in my studio and I can pull away from that, and I can see those moments where art really does make a difference. Hopefully, it would help people bump up to the next level, and maybe someday I could build pieces where the next day you would maybe view things a little different. Who would like to go? Okay, so there's a couple problems. No long hair, or you gotta have hair you can tuck in. So you're good, cowboy.
Should I ditch the hat?
I'm totally there.
I heard from a young artist here in San Francisco. He goes, the thing that's most frustrating is we don't have a scene here. It's really hard to get artists together into a
That's
scene.
bullshit. You create your own scene, you find your own friends, you find a community,
Right.
and then you book your own show. And if
Okay.
that's in your apartment or in your garage, you do it.
Nice.
It's ridiculous to think Vienna or Amsterdam or New York or the Whitney Biennial is going to knock on your door
Right.
and say, "Oh, it's time! Come on!
Right,
We've
right.
chosen you. This
Right.
you're this.
You're the
month's
anointed
model."
one. Yeah.
And that is disempowering yourself.
Right.
You have the power, and you're taking it away from yourself by thinking, "Oh, I need these people to make me an artist."
Right.
Or, I need to be in Basel, Miami
Right.
this year, or I'm nobody.
Right.
That is bullshit, and that is why are you even an artist? Why don't you just get a fucking corporate job?
That's just like
that
saying-
is my response to that.
Well, it's the old argument. I'm an actor. Well, if you're an actor, get on stage and act.
Yeah, exactly.
Create your show.
And-
if it's on the sidewalk, it's on the sidewalk. If it's in your garage, like you said, that's such a good point to make.
And now it's easy for me to say now because I'm getting shows in Europe and I get to travel a lot. But
You're making some money.
I didn't for decades.
Right.
And what did I do? I just booked my own damn shows. And in fact, I still book my own shows because I'm never, ever will I ever let my work be completely controlled by curators.
Right.
I will always have a show that I want, exactly how I want it, and then I'll book it and do it myself. It is hard.
Sure.
It's very, very hard. I live on next to nothing. I probably made less than $15,000 this year. But
Really?
hey, I did a show in Africa. I went to Europe 3 times. I had a show in LA. I'm going to Portland next week. I'm gonna probably be in New York for a couple months this spring. And the reality is, you don't need much money. You really don't.
Right.
And
You need money for your supplies, and your works, they're not exactly just paintings on a wall.
they're not. But
You've got very ambitious works, Kal.
I scavenge scrap yards.
Right.
I have a circuit of friends who turn me on to hardware. This is something I've developed over a long period of time so I can make this body of work on the scale that I want it.
Right.
And, it does come to you. If you do right in your community, stuff comes back to you.
Right.
It really, really does. And that isn't going to happen just because you got an art degree and you've been at it 3 years.
Right.
Your typical museum experience isn't much different than walking through a mall. You can shuffle along and ignore some things or spend time with some things. There's nothing passive about a punk rock show in the late 70s, early 80s, which helped form my aesthetic. There's something important about getting rid of that passive element in art to me, and that kind of mall mentality of having the art sit there dead on a wall.
Dusty Right with the Culture Catch, my man Kal. DIY.
Go.